You see, there's a point in life where we all got to make a decision to stop chasing after everything that glitters, everything that looks good from a distance. We chase because we think that's what we need to do to survive, to succeed, to matter. But let me tell you something. You don't have to chase anything or anyone that's meant for you. In life, we're often conditioned to believe that success, happiness, and fulfillment are things we must chase. We chase the next promotion, the next achievement, or the next relationship, thinking that these external things will finally make us feel whole. But in that pursuit, many people find themselves tired, frustrated, and burnt out, running towards something that always seems just out of reach. That's because they've missed a key element: purpose. See, there's a huge difference between chasing and living with purpose. Chasing is reactive. It's born out of a need to prove something, to acquire something, to fill a void. But purpose is proactive. It's grounded in who you are, not what you're running after. And when you live with purpose, you attract what's meant for you rather than chasing after what you think you want. Purpose is what gives your life direction. It's the internal compass that keeps you steady, even when the storms of life hit. When you're focused on your purpose, external distractions, be they failures, setbacks, or obstacles, lose their power. Why? Because your purpose becomes your foundation, your anchor. It's not dependent on outside validation or success. It comes from within, and when you live from that place, the chase ends. When you're chasing something, you expend a tremendous amount of energy, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Whether it's chasing a promotion at work, a dream you think you should have, or approval from others, the chase can drain you. You're constantly on edge, running from task to task, trying to keep up. And after all that effort, even when you achieve what you were chasing, there's often a hollow feeling, a realization that the victory doesn't bring the lasting fulfillment you thought it would. Purpose, on the other hand, fuels you. When you wake up each day with a clear understanding of your why, you move through life with energy and passion. You're no longer running after something external, you're flowing from something internal. When you're aligned with your purpose, the work you do doesn't feel like a grind. It may still be challenging, but it's meaningful, and that meaning sustains you through the tough times. Chasing, by its very nature, is rooted in fear, the fear of not being good enough, the fear of missing out, the fear of failure. It keeps you on a treadmill, always running, never stopping to ask, is this even what I truly want? That fear-based mindset can make you compromise who you are, all in the name of getting ahead. Living with purpose flips that script. When you're connected to your purpose, you move through life with confidence, knowing that you are enough, just as you are. You're not trying to prove anything to anyone. You're not chasing someone else's definition of success. You have faith in your path, and that faith gives you the confidence to keep going, even when the road gets tough. Purpose allows you to walk into a room, into any situation, knowing that you belong there not because you chased your way in, but because you're aligned with who you are and where you're supposed to be. The beautiful thing about living with purpose is that it creates a magnetic effect. When you're clear on who you are and what you stand for, the right opportunities, people, and experiences are naturally drawn to you. You no longer have to hustle, grind, or chase for recognition or success. Instead, these things come to you because you're standing firm in your truth. Think about a magnet. It doesn't run around frantically searching for metal. It simply sits in one place, grounded in its own power, and the metal comes to it. That's how it works with purpose. You become a magnet for the things that align with your values, your goals, and your true self. Chasing might give you a temporary high, the thrill of the hunt, the rush of achieving a goal, but it's fleeting. Once the chase is over, you're left wondering, what's next? And so you begin the cycle all over again, never feeling truly satisfied. Purpose, however, offers long-term fulfillment. When you live with purpose, every step of the journey feels meaningful. You're not just focused on the destination, you're embracing the process, knowing that each moment is contributing to your growth and your ultimate vision for your life. Purpose gives your life depth and richness that can't be achieved by merely chasing external rewards. When you're chasing, every failure feels like a personal defeat, and every setback can knock you off course. But when you're living with purpose, setbacks become stepping stones. You don't give up because you know that your purpose is bigger than any one obstacle. Purpose makes you resilient. It allows you to keep going even when things don't go as planned, because you're driven by something deeper than external success. So what's the takeaway here? Stop chasing what you think you want and start living with purpose. Purpose doesn't mean sitting back and waiting for things to happen. It means moving with intention, being clear about who you are, and trusting that the right opportunities will come to you. When you align with your purpose, you stop running after life and start attracting everything that's meant for you. Because in the end, it's not about how fast you can run or how many things you can collect along the way. It's about who you become and the impact you make when you live a life grounded in purpose. That's the power of purpose over pursuit, and that's where true fulfillment lies. There's a common belief that if you put in enough effort, you'll achieve whatever you want in life. Work harder, stay up later, hustle more, and success will come. But what if I told you that effort by itself isn't enough? You can grind and grind, but if your energy isn't aligned with what you're pursuing, all that effort can end up wasted. See, energy speaks louder than effort. Now, don't get me wrong. Effort matters. Hard work is essential. But here's the thing: you can be doing all the right things on the outside, working long hours, checking off your to-do list, pushing yourself, but if your internal energy isn't aligned, the results won't come as easily or at all. Why? Because energy, the vibe you carry, the emotions you project, the mindset you hold has a greater impact than we often realize. It's like the silent language you speak, even when you don't say a word. And that energy has a magnetic quality to it. It draws certain people, opportunities, and outcomes toward you or pushes them away. Let's explore how energy trumps effort and why aligning your energy with your actions is the key to attracting what you desire. When we're putting in a lot of effort, but our energy is off, whether that's because of fear, self-doubt, or a scarcity mindset, we unintentionally create resistance. It's like rowing a boat upstream. You're paddling hard, putting in all your physical effort, but the current is working against you. That's what misaligned energy feels like. Take, for example, someone who's hustling nonstop at their job, aiming for that big promotion. They're putting in the hours, volunteering for every project, and going the extra mile. But internally, their energy is rooted in fear of failure, fear of not being enough, fear of being overlooked. That fear creates resistance, making it harder for them to attract the very success they're working toward. They may even wonder why, despite all their hard work, they aren't getting the recognition they desire. When your energy is out of alignment, no matter how much effort you put in, the path feels difficult, full of obstacles, and like you're constantly fighting against the tide. You've heard the phrase, people don't remember what you say, they remember how you made them feel. That's energy in action. The way you make people feel is a direct reflection of the energy you carry. Your presence, your attitude, your body language, they all transmit energy, and that energy is contagious. Think about it. You can walk into a room where someone is radiating confidence, positivity, and calmness, and you immediately feel at ease. On the other hand, if someone enters a room with negative energy, stress, anxiety, or frustration, you can feel the tension rise, even if they haven't said a word. People are drawn to positive, confident energy and repelled by negative, desperate, or anxious vibes. This is why energy speaks louder than effort. You can work tirelessly to get people's attention or approval, but if the energy you're radiating doesn't match the result you want, they won't feel compelled to engage with you. Have you ever noticed how, when you're feeling good, when you're confident, inspired, and at ease, things just seem to fall into place? That's because when your energy is aligned, you're in a state of flow. You're no longer forcing things to happen, you're allowing them to unfold. When you're aligned with the right energy, your actions are amplified. That's why some people seem to achieve success with less effort. They're not necessarily working harder, they're working with energy that's in alignment with their goals. They believe in themselves, they're clear about what they want, and they carry the energy of someone who's already successful. That energy attracts more success, more opportunities, and more ease into their lives. Your energy also shapes your beliefs, and your beliefs shape your reality. If your energy is rooted in doubt or scarcity, you'll have a hard time believing in the possibility of success, no matter how hard you try. But if your energy is confident, abundant, and positive, you start to believe that you're worthy of success. That belief makes all the difference. When you believe in your own potential, you take bolder actions. You stop chasing approval from others and start moving with conviction. You become someone who expects good things to happen, and that expectation changes the way you show up in the world. It's not just about thinking positively or adopting a fake it till you make it attitude. It's about genuinely shifting your energy to reflect the person you want to be. If you want to attract success, you need to embody the energy of success. If you want to attract love, you need to embody the energy of love. Your energy must align with the outcomes you desire. When you combine effort with aligned energy, you become unstoppable. You're not just putting in hard work for the sake of it, you're working with intention, purpose, and the right mindset. This combination amplifies everything you do. It's like setting sail with the wind at your back, pushing you forward instead of against you. You're no longer paddling upstream. You're flowing. You're attracting the right people, the right opportunities, and the right outcomes because your energy is working for you, not against you. So, what's the lesson here? Hard work alone isn't the answer. You can hustle, grind, and push yourself to the limit, but if your energy isn't aligned with what you're pursuing, you'll always feel like you're struggling. You'll be chasing results instead of attracting them. But when you shift your energy, when you align your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions with the outcomes you want, you stop chasing, you start attracting. Energy speaks louder than effort. And when your energy is right, the universe listens. When you get your energy right, success doesn't just follow, it's drawn to you. It's not about how hard you work, it's about how much you align your energy with your effort. We live in a world where being the seeker is glorified. We're constantly told to chase our dreams, seek out opportunities, and go after what we want with relentless drive. We're taught to keep striving, keep searching, and keep pursuing. But what if I told you that the real power doesn't lie in being the seeker? It lies in being the magnet. A magnet doesn't run around looking for what it needs. It simply sits in its power, and everything that aligns with its energy is naturally drawn toward it. That's how life works too. When you are grounded in who you are, confident in your abilities, and aligned with your true self, you stop chasing after things. Instead, those things come to you. This isn't magic or wishful thinking, it's a fundamental shift in how you approach life, and it changes everything. When you're constantly seeking, there's a sense of urgency, a feeling that what you want is always just out of reach. Seekers often act from a place of lack, believing that something outside of them will complete them or bring them happiness. They spend their energy chasing people, opportunities, and validation, hoping that once they get there, they'll finally feel fulfilled. But here's the problem: the act of seeking can blind you to what's right in front of you. It creates a mindset of scarcity, where you're always running after something. And in doing so, you miss the opportunities that would naturally come to you if you were patient and aligned. The seeker mentality is based on the idea that you have to go out and find something to fill the gap inside of you. But fulfillment doesn't come from chasing, it comes from attracting. Now let's talk about the magnet. A magnet doesn't move, doesn't chase, doesn't beg. It simply attracts what's meant for it by staying grounded in its power. Being the magnet means understanding that everything you want, success, love, opportunities, flows naturally when you're aligned with your true self. When you're rooted in who you are and what you stand for, you become a beacon for the things that resonate with you. Instead of spending your time and energy chasing after goals, people, or experiences, you focus on cultivating the right energy. The universe responds to that energy, and the right things begin to flow toward you. Think of it like this: if you're constantly chasing, you may grab hold of things that aren't meant for you. But when you become the magnet, you trust that what belongs in your life will naturally be drawn to you, and it will be the right fit. What makes a magnet so powerful? Confidence. The magnet doesn't doubt its ability to attract what it needs. It doesn't question whether or not the right things will come. It knows that they will. And that's the mindset you need to adopt in life. When you're confident in your value and your path, you stop chasing validation. You stop seeking approval from others. You don't have to run after people, opportunities, or recognition. You know that what's meant for you will find its way to you. This kind of confidence comes from within. It's about trusting yourself and knowing that you are enough, exactly as you are. When you embody that energy, people and opportunities naturally gravitate toward you. Confidence isn't loud, it's quiet and grounded. It's not about boasting or trying to prove yourself to others. It's about being secure in who you are, and that security is magnetic. People are drawn to those who are self-assured, and opportunities come to those who believe in their own worth. When you're chasing after something, there's often an underlying sense of desperation. You feel like you need to achieve a certain goal or gain someone's approval in order to be happy or successful. But desperation repels the very things you're trying to attract. People can sense when you're acting from a place of lack or need, and it makes them pull away. Opportunities, too, seem to slip through your fingers when you're holding on too tightly. Being the magnet means letting go of that desperation. It means trusting that what's meant for you will come to you when the time is right. You don't need to force it, manipulate it, or chase it down. The more you relax and let go, the more easily things begin to flow into your life. So how do you become the magnet? It starts with aligning your energy and being clear about what you truly want. This isn't about simply sitting back and waiting for things to happen. It's about doing the inner work, getting in touch with your authentic self, understanding your values, and setting clear intentions for what you want to attract into your life. Once you're clear on your intentions, the next step is to cultivate the right energy. If you want to attract love, embody love in your own life, be kind, compassionate, and loving to yourself and others. If you want to attract success, carry yourself with the energy of success, be confident, disciplined, and committed to your goals. The energy you put out into the world will always come back to you, so focus on being the person who naturally attracts what you desire. One of the hardest parts of becoming the magnet is trusting the process. We live in a society that values instant gratification, but being the magnet requires patience. It requires trusting that what's meant for you will come at the right time. You may not see the results immediately, but that doesn't mean they're not on their way. When you trust the process and stay grounded in your power, you create space for things to come into your life naturally. So here's the takeaway: stop running after life. Stop seeking validation, chasing people, and exhausting yourself trying to make things happen. Instead, focus on becoming the magnet. Cultivate the energy you want to attract. Be confident in who you are. Trust that what's meant for you will come. When you stand firm in your power, the right people, opportunities, and experiences will be drawn to you effortlessly. Being the magnet isn't about doing nothing, it's about doing the right things in the right way, with the right energy. And when you do that, you'll find that the things you once chased start chasing you. Because in the end, what's meant for you will always find its way to you, as long as you're ready to receive it. We've all been there. We set our sights on a goal and chase after it with everything we have. Whether it's a promotion at work, a relationship we deeply desire, or some dream we've had since childhood, we focus all our energy on achieving it. We push, we grind, and we hustle, believing that if we work hard enough, we can force things to happen. But more often than not, the harder we chase, the more elusive our goals become. The opportunities slip through our fingers. The person we want seems to grow distant. The harder we push, the more resistance we face. That's because chasing creates resistance. When you're constantly chasing something, you're actually creating a barrier between yourself and the thing you desire. The very act of chasing comes from a mindset of lack and unspoken belief that what you want is far away from you and that you're incomplete without it. And it's that mindset, that energy of lack and desperation, that pushes what you want further out of reach. Chasing, by its very nature, implies that you don't already have what you're seeking. You're operating from a place of scarcity, thinking that what you desire exists outside of you and that you need to grasp it before it slips away. When you're constantly focused on what you don't have, you're reinforcing a mindset of lack. This mindset tells the universe or the people around you that you're incomplete, that you need something external to fill a void inside of you. And this creates resistance. Why? Because desperation and neediness repel what you want. The more you focus on the absence of something, the more you push it away. Think about it. Have you ever met someone who was so desperate for approval or validation that it made you uncomfortable? Their neediness created a wall between you and them. The same thing happens when you chase after a goal with a mindset of lack. You're telling the world that you don't believe in your own worth or ability to attract what you want naturally. That energy creates resistance, and what you're chasing starts running in the opposite direction. There's a basic law of energy that says, what you resist persists. When you chase after something, you're actually resisting the natural flow of life. You're trying to force things to happen on your timeline, in your way, and under your control. But life doesn't work that way. The more you push, the more resistance you encounter. It's like pulling on a rope. When you pull too hard, the rope tightens and becomes difficult to move. The same thing happens with your goals, dreams, and desires. The harder you chase them, the more resistance you create, and the harder they are to achieve. In relationships, for example, when you chase someone with desperation, you may notice that the other person pulls away. That's because people are naturally drawn to confidence and repelled by neediness. It's a push-pull dynamic. When you chase, the other person feels the need to create distance. But when you stop chasing, when you relax and trust that what's meant for you will come, the tension eases and space is created for the relationship to grow naturally. The same is true in your career or personal goals. When you're constantly chasing after success, worrying that you won't achieve it, or feeling anxious about every setback, you create mental and emotional resistance. That tension blocks the flow of creativity, inspiration, and opportunities. The harder you push, the more elusive success becomes. But when you stop chasing and start focusing on being aligned with your purpose, things start to flow more easily. Another problem with chasing is that it pulls your focus away from the present moment. You're so fixated on the future, on what you're trying to achieve or acquire, that you miss the opportunities, lessons, and experiences that are right in front of you. When you're constantly chasing after the next thing, you're in a state of, if only I could get that promotion, then I'd be happy. If only I could meet the right person, then my life would be complete. But the truth is, the present moment is where life happens. When you're fixated on the future, you're not fully engaged with the here and now, and you miss the joy, growth, and fulfillment that comes from being present. Being present doesn't mean you give up on your goals or stop striving for better things. It means you stop chasing them with desperation and start trusting the process. You begin to recognize that everything you need is already within you. When you stop running after the future, you create space for the right opportunities to unfold naturally. So, if chasing creates resistance, what's the alternative? The answer is allowing. Allowing doesn't mean being passive or giving up on your dreams. It means letting go of the need to control every detail and trusting that what's meant for you will come. It means taking inspired action and then allowing the results to unfold naturally without forcing them. When you shift from chasing to allowing, you move from a mindset of lack to a mindset of abundance. You stop seeing life as a series of obstacles to overcome and start viewing it as a flow of opportunities to embrace. You're no longer trying to make things happen, you're allowing them to happen. This doesn't mean you stop putting in effort, it means you align your actions with your purpose and trust that the right things will come at the right time. Chasing creates resistance because it's based on fear that you won't get what you want, fear that you're not enough, fear that life won't give you what you desire. But when you let go of that fear and start trusting in the natural flow of life, everything changes. You stop chasing and start attracting. You attract what's meant for you by being in alignment with who you truly are. When you focus on your growth, your purpose, and your inner peace, you become a magnet for the things you desire. The opportunities, relationships, and success you've been chasing begin to flow to you naturally, without all the struggle and resistance. Chasing creates resistance because it comes from a place of fear and lack. It pushes what you want further away and blinds you to the opportunities in front of you. But when you stop chasing and start allowing, you move into a state of flow. You align with your true self, and life begins to unfold in ways you never imagined. So let go of the chase. Stop running after what you want, and trust that it's already making its way to you. Focus on who you are, align your energy, and allow life to flow. Because what's meant for you will always come, not through force, but through the power of allowing.